Hello guys, so we made a video yesterday called Top Characters That Get Beat, that could survive the apocalypses. We went for 3 apocalypses, a pandemic scenario like in Plague Inc., of course, a nuclear apocalypse, or a massive or volcanic apocalypse. And yeah, we'll be talking with Pete and Daisy. Both of these characters are Echo Fighters, and they probably have the same amount of power in terms of Mario characters, okay? You know, I bet Daisy and could probably pull off the same feat, similar feats to Pete's. So that's which is probably why they're Echo Fighters. So Pete and Daisy, of course, would probably survive a normal disease though our middle-aged people. And let's tell you about a disease that affects these types of people. But most diseases mostly affect people with poor immune systems, so we're going over that. Whereas Pete and Daisy, like most of the characters in this roster, can easily survive a nuclear apocalypse. There's no way Pete with Daisy will survive this. And then we have a volcanic apocalypse, like Yellowstone, okay? Pete and Daisy stay secluded. Daisy has one advantage over all the other characters so far. Pete knows how to cook. Yes, Pete knows how to cook. So, you have to survive 12 days, probably without food or water. And the same thing could be used for an EMP blast or something similar, okay? Where it's a volcanic one is similar, you get knocks out all the power. If Pizza's in nearby, it'll knock out all the power. Basically a power no power outage, it's basically like that. And also other characters that could survive a power outage would probably be Donkey Kong because he doesn't need no power. So no electricity. Piranha Plant because he's a talking plant. Hero because he has magic. Terry because he can beat you up. Banjo-Kazooie because they're animals that can survive in the wild. Think of Yoshi, Dark Samus, and Samus that can't survive without electricity. Kirby, of course, can survive. Pikachu doesn't need power to survive electricity alongside Pichu, Ryu, and Ken because they can Ryu and Ken because they can beat your faces out if you try to attack, steal their supplies. But yeah, Pete and Daisy know how to cook, which is they give them one advantage. But I don't think they'll probably survive as they are. They're not bodybuilders like Ryu or Ken. Next is Bowser. Can Bowser survive a sickness? Probably an average turtle sickness. Yeah, Bowser would probably survive a pandemic or a plague. So then a nuclear apocalypse, Bowser, he survived being thrown in lava. He'll probably survive a nuclear apocalypse. So that means Bowser would have to run up Mario for once, as Mario dies instantly by touching lava. Yes, Mario dies instantly by touching lava. So yeah, Bowser would beat Mario in that category. And yeah, Mario would of course be losing to Bowser as a whole. So yeah, and then a volcanic apocalypse, Bowser would probably survive that. He is pretty tough. And next is ice climbers. They're kids, so they probably have weaker immune system, so they probably won't survive. Yeah, and they will probably survive. They won't survive a nuclear apocalypse. They have no chance. Okay. Oh yeah, Dr. Mario will be included in Mario. That's telling you. So we'll not be going over Dr. Mario or Pikachu, which is included in Pikachu. Except for the virus one, Pikachu would probably die because he's younger. His immune system is much more weaker because he's a baby. Ice climbers would probably not survive a volcanic eruption, as they would probably survive the winter afterwards, as they're literally named the ice climbers. But if they were by the volcano, they'd probably die. Zeke would probably survive Zeke and Zelda would probably survive a disease. We're lumping these two characters together because they're basically the same character. Zeke is basically Zelda, basically disguising herself and stuff. Next, and of course, the nuclear apocalypse. Zelda has magic, so she'll probably survive, of course. And the volcanic apocalypse, Zeke is pretty fast and nimble, so she could probably escape the volcanic. And of course, Zeke is pretty powerful. And of course, Zelda has magic that she can use to protect the area, which does not require electricity, so she'll survive. Pikachu. Next is Falco. Again, and like an EMP blast, Falco will probably not be able to use his sip. He'll be stuck here, so he'll probably die. But he would probably survive a typical bird disease that he probably gets as he's not old or weak. Next is a nuclear apocalypse. I think Falco would probably leave the planet before it even starts. We're using his R-Wing. So he would probably, same thing with a volcanic eruption. Falco would probably know a few days beforehand and escape this planet. So just like Fox and Wolf, he will escape. Next is Moth and Lucina and Roy. Yes, all 3 of you. And Quam, too. Anyone else? No, just those four. And Ike. All of the Fire Emblem swordsmen, basically, except for Korn and Robin. Yeah, those are the only two that are different from all the rest. All these characters would probably survive as the middle-aged men in a normal disease outbreak, as well as they have the best immune systems. They won't survive nuclear apocalypse, just saying. And they probably would not survive in the other apocalypse. They have swords and stuff, they of course, but they would probably survive a volcanic apocalypse if they don't get into epicenter. They're just normal people with swords, basically. Oh yeah, Ike. His sword is basically. Oh yeah, Ike. We'll be getting to you later. Yeah, Ike is different from all the other Fire Emblem characters. Next is young Link. He's basically just Link, but he's a kid. The only thing is different is that he would probably die easier from a virus. Ganondorf. 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 Ganondorf is a strange case, as Ganondorf is not a human. He is a Gerudo. People will often mistaken Ganondorf for a human, but he is not a human. Ganondorf is probably pretty old, so he'll probably die from a disease. He's probably pretty old. Yeah, he'll probably survive nuclear apocalypse as he is the king of evil. He is basically immortal. He can't die. He can only die by the sword of light. So Ganondorf would probably survive. Even if he is aching with radiation, he would probably still survive. Then he would probably survive a volcanic eruption, as he actually almost caused one in Breath of the Wild. Next is Mewtwo. He's probably immune to all diseases. He would probably survive a nuclear apocalypse because he's Mewtwo. Mewtwo is extremely powerful, as you all know. Mewtwo is a legendary Pokemon. He is one of the strongest Pokemon, so he would probably survive that too, and a volcanic eruption, considering that Mewtwo is able to fight off against Pokemon like Entei, who his single bark can erupt a volcano. So yeah, Mewtwo would probably survive. Mr. Game & Watch. Mr. Game & Watch probably gets his Game & Watch diseases, which I have no idea what they are. Also, Mr. Game & Watch is flat. He'll probably die because he's not even a 3D character. So yeah, we're moving on. Meta Knight, he is in the same race as Kirby. He would probably survive a same disease as Kirby. He is thousands, but the problem is Meta Knight is thousands of years old. His immune system is probably very weak. We don't know how long can Kirby's race live, but Meta Knight could probably survive. As he's still able to move pretty about and sounds Kirby to do. It's not like Meta Knight's walking around with a cane or anything. Meta Knight, he can just go on to the halberd and read for the next two. It's just that easy. And Meta Knight can even fly away from the disaster, enter the halberd to escape the planet. Pit and Doc Pit. Pit and Doc Pit, they're middle-aged boys. They're kids, so they're probably able to be able to survive it. Oh yeah, they won't survive a nuclear apocalypse as they can't fight off the planet because Palutena wouldn't be able to grant them the right to escape. Also, they would probably not survive a volcano either because they won't be able to fly because in order to fly, they actually need Palutena's help to grant them to be able to fly, and Palutena will not be around for this scenario, basically making these characters a lot. And Secret Samus was included as Samus. Next is Wario. A disease, I think Wario, in terms of disease, is just... I think, contrary to popular belief, Wario has a very great immune system, as he's able to survive, as he's able to eat a ton of garlic. Garlic is actually pretty good for your body, I think. And even though it's berry, Wario, of course, probably knows its garlic is actually good for you or something like that. Also, but the problem is Wario is fat, which makes his immune system worse. So Wario is a tricky case. He probably has a 50-50 chance of dying from something, but he isn't too old. Wario is around the same age as Mario. So yeah, as in the comic, they were kids together. So yeah, Wario would probably survive, as he still isn't super old. And his immune system is probably strong from eating all that garlic. A nuclear apocalypse, it has been proven that Wario would not die at all in that Mario is immortal. Yes, Wario cannot die. Yeah, so, yeah, Wario would probably survive if he's immortal. Moving on to Snake. Snake, he would probably survive. Snake is it varies on canon, Snake is not old yet, but he is a clone, so he probably has a worse immune system than everyone else, so he'll probably die from a disease that he probably already has. So yeah, Snake would probably die from that. From a nuclear power, oh, Snake in the science, no, he's dead. Yeah, Snake would probably die in all 3 cases of Apocalypse. Next is Ike. Ike, yeah, I was going to originally include him with all the other 5 characters, but Ike would probably survive the first one. We don't have to explain that one. But Ike, the second one, Ike would probably survive. Ike, of course, will survive. He won't survive it. Even though his sword can slay gods, Ike is still just a normal human. He probably won't survive. And of course, the last one, a volcanic apocalypse or AP attack, he could probably survive that one. Pokemon Trainer. Pokemon Trainer would probably be able to survive a virus alongside all 3 of us Pokemon. Pokemon don't really have viruses in their own world besides Pokeworks. Yeah, if they had a virus, they would probably be able to survive it pretty easily. If Pokemon Trainer takes them to Nurse Joy to heal them up. Which would probably be like a poison type Pokemon poisoning them with something or something like that. Next is a nuclear apocalypse. Pokemon Trainer is dead, but the Squirtle and Ivysaur is dead, but Charizard could probably survive. Considering that Charizard is already a fire type, so he's probably used to high temperatures and probably high amounts of and could probably adapt to high amounts of radiation. And of course, a volcanic apocalypse, Charizard rules supreme. Ivysaur is dead because he's a Pokemon Trainer would probably keep the Pokemon to protect his area, so yeah, all Pokemon Trainer and his 3 Pokemon would probably survive. Diddy Kong, he would probably survive your standard monkey diseases he probably gets. Your monkey diseases that monkeys probably get all the time. So yes, Diddy Kong would probably survive. And yeah, Donkey Kong would probably not survive a nuclear apocalypse as explained with Donkey Kong and a volcanic eruption. Monkeys have very vulnerable habitats as well, so he probably won't survive. Lucas. Lucas is actually a different character from Ness. He probably will survive similar to Ness because of his psychic powers. Sonic. Oh yes, Sonic. What time are we on? Okay. We're in that Sonic. Sonic would probably survive a normal hedgehog disease. I don't know what diseases hedgehogs get, but he would probably survive. The only leaves Ganondorf one of the only 2 characters to die from a disease. Besides Captain Falcon and Wario as well. Sonic is pretty young. He's only 9 years old. And of course, Sonic in a nuclear apocalypse, he's Sonic. He would probably outrun it or run so fast he can break the time barrier like an Archie Socks and Sock CD. So yeah, and travel before the apocalypse happens. Put the guy in the face and end the apocalypse right away. So Sonic could probably live that. A volcanic eruption, Sonic can run extremely fast. He ran from Montana to San Francisco through and back within a second. So yeah, and that's from the Sonic movie. Of course, Sonic can go really, really fast, so he could probably outrun the volcanic eruption. But can he survive the days afterwards? Considering how fast Sonic is, he can steal supplies from other people really quickly. So yeah, Sonic would probably survive all of them. Oh yeah, and Sonic, if he had the Chaos Emeralds, would definitely survive a nuclear apocalypse, as he can just use the Chaos Emeralds to escape onto a planet. And if you're even using the Sonic movie canon, Sonic can use his magical wings to transport to another planet to save himself. Yes, which means Sonic would have to go to the Mushroom Planet, or some other planet to save himself. And that's basically it. Goodbye.